right now, standing by at the Capitol to join us is Georgia Governor Brian Kemp. Thank you so much for joining us on Lawmakers, Governor.
Hey, happy Sine die, everybody. It's good to be with you.
Thank you so much. I want to get into a few of your priorities, and one of them was the school voucher bill to allow parents to have more than $6,500 to put children in private schools or home schools. It faced an especially tough time in the House. Did you get involved in resolving that at all? Have you been involved in that process?
Well, really, I think when you look back at the whole session, I mean, our priorities going into session was helping Georgians fight through 40-year high inflation. We've done that already with the second income tax rebate, property tax relief, a lot of other things that we've done to help Georgians fight through bad policies in Washington, D.C. We're also focused on keeping people safe and keeping our children educated, so I certainly am supportive of Senate Bill 233. I appreciate the Senate's work on that. I really didn't say a whole lot about that bill most of the session because I felt like the legislators were having very thoughtful debate. We were listening to concerns on all sides of the issue from both camps, and I think they've reached a good consensus on a bill, but I mean, they still got to get the votes in the House. I know they're working on that, so we'll see where that goes the rest of the night.
Well, let's talk about some of your other priorities, and you mentioned some, the tough on crime legislation, you know, cash bails, other things, fully funding the Hope Scholarship. Your floor leaders, they've had some pushback on a few of these, so how are you feeling overall about some of those priorities?
Oh, listen, I think our agenda has moved very well. The Senate just passed our gang bill, which the Lieutenant Governor had, language on that too. So we're looking forward to that getting done tonight. We've already done a lot of other things in regards to going after gangs. The First Lady's human trafficking bill passed again with only one vote in the whole General Assembly against it. And so a lot of the initiatives, the education pieces that we've done have been passed, school security and other things that people are focused on. And that's certainly an important issue in light of what we've seen over the last few days up in Nashville, and our thoughts and prayers continue to go out to those folks.
Okay, I do want to ask you, you know, we're still hearing there's a possibility, maybe slim, that something will come out on sports, the sports betting bill. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I haven't been hearing much about that. That's not been a priority of mine, other than if that does get passed, I want the money to go to fund the Hope Scholarship. My number one goal is to continue to protect Hope and make sure that our students of today and tomorrow and the generations to come will have access to that great program that Zell Miller created. I know that bill has died a couple of times this session. I haven't seen or heard a lot of momentum. But, look, you never know what's going to come back the last few hours, and that's certainly a possibility that there may be a vote later tonight. We'll just have to wait and see. There's a lot of issues like that are out there. The truck weights bill, Senate Bill 233, obviously sports betting. There's hemp bill that people are concerned or interested in, and a lot of other things. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a long rest of the night with a lot to do and a short time to get there.
Well, I know traditionally you go to both chambers and you say a few words. Are you planning to do that? And if so, what are you going to say?
Well, I'm going to tell them, thank you for protecting and fighting for the agenda that we all campaigned on. I talked about that in the State of the State, that Georgians had given us our marching orders. And, we accomplished a lot of those things in the amended budget and with pieces of legislation that we've already gotten passed. My message to the chambers would be to finish strong and let's get these things done that we need to do, that we made promises to do. And thankfully, as far as my agenda goes, we've done that already. But we want the legislators to be successful too. We've done our best job when we're working together here, and I'm committed to continuing to do that the rest of the night and the next 3 years.
Has your influence been more in the background this session than in past sessions?
Well, I know there's been a lot written about that. I haven't had to weigh in on a lot of things because the agenda that I campaigned on, most people supported, including the Democrats. I mean, if you look at the amended budget vote, the final vote was broadly bipartisan on the bills on tax relief and property tax relief and a lot of the other things that we've done in regards to schools and keeping people safe. We've had support on. So I haven't had to weigh in on a lot of those issues. Next year may be different, but that's just where we are this year. I think it shows that we really had an agenda that a lot of people on both sides of the aisle could get behind, and we didn't have to, so-called flex our muscles too much. We do have a little bit of concern with some of the clouds that we're seeing on the horizon. I'll talk a little bit about that more financially tonight with even the Fed now is predicting a recession in 23, so we've got to continue to be fiscally conservative when it comes to our budgeting and make sure that we have efficient government to fight through tough times that may be ahead of us.
Well, we'll be paying attention. Thank you so much, Governor, for joining us on Lawmakers.
Have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you.